Time now to see what's clicking in Cleveland. For that, we bring in our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney.
Hi there, Stephanie. Always keeping an eye on the digital landscape, and there has been a lot happening on social media around specifically Cleveland that I think a lot of folks will find interesting.
You are so right about that, Betsy. This first story has made a lot of rounds on the social media. A Cleveland law firm, Zashin Rich, has fired a former senior attorney after he sent an inappropriate text message to a former coworker. Jon Dileno confirmed to Cleveland.com that he was the one who sent the text, and it was tearing into a woman for taking a new job shortly after returning from maternity leave. Now, he accused her of collecting the law firm's money while sitting on her behind, except for finding time to interview for another job. Those were his words. He then called her soulless and morally bankrupt. Now, he has since apologized, and it was Kelly Barnett, who is not the coworker but is a lawyer here in Cleveland, who shared screenshots of that text on LinkedIn. And she was hoping to spread awareness regarding the toxic culture at some law firms. And then it spread all over social media from there. So you can see the law firm's response on WKYC.com. Now, this is a very cool story for one of our own. Northeast Ohio's Peter Lawson Jones is a Harvard-trained lawyer turned politician turned actor, and now he's starring in A Man Called Otto with a man called Tom Hanks. And our Lydia Esparra met up with him to talk about his role, and you're going to want to stick around because you'll see that full story at 5:30 p.m. Okay, now it's time for our question of the day. With the Guardians announcing renovations coming to Progressive Field today, we asked all of you at home, what would you like to see at the ballpark? So our first response here comes from Karen, who thinks a dome would be nice, but she'd also settle for nicer ladies' restrooms.
Preach, Karen.
Now, Jane says they don't have to be nicer. I just like to see more ladies' restrooms, more of them. And if you ask Andrew, he says he'd be happy with less seats if they were wider. He wants it to be a little more roomy. Now, Margaret would like to see a stand that sells coffee, and she says, you know, people do drink it all year round.
All day long,
you can also
too.
put ice in it. And this is my girl, Nicole Ferriani, coming through with the vegan, vegetarian food options. I am absolutely on board with her about that. Jay, Betsy, is there anything specific you'd like to see at Progressive?
I just want to see some more wins and maybe a World Series game or
Yeah, a World Series banner flying over the stadium would be wonderful. Outside of that, I told Betsy the first half or in the first part of the show, I want a Ferris wheel in center field. I think that would be very unique. And can you imagine watching a game as you're going around like a Cedar Point size huge Ferris wheel out there?
That would be very
Too
fun.
bad they didn't get the one the IX Center just sold. Like, that was a total opportunity.
It's in Canton. I'm sorry. You can't have it. Sorry,
I know.
guys.
It's going to the Hall of Fame Village, right?
That's right.
All right. Very good. Thanks, Steph.